Hi my friend, this is Celestia. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. In today's Pick a Card, we're gonna find out what people assume about you. This may be different from who you think you are because this is about other people's assumption. So I'm excited about this reading and see what's coming to us. You may know that I have a membership program with YouTube, and I will appreciate it if you could take a look at it and see if that's something you're interested in. And I would really appreciate if you can subscribe to my channel, click on that notification bell, and like this video. That would really help this channel to grow. Now, as always, there are 3 piles you can choose from. You are going to look at these pictures and see which one resonates with you. If none of them resonate with you, then just think of number 1, 2, 3, and then scroll down to the description box, click on the correlated timestamp. That will be your reading. Now, I'm also gonna give you a moment just to pick your card. Hi Pile 1, I'm Celestia. This is your reading, and let's dive right in and see what people assume about you. With your oracle cards, you get 46, Wasp Spirit. Sometimes life stings. Abundance. Sagittarius, the Voyager. And New Life, Karma Reversed. The card says number 39. Now, with these cards, I think first and foremost, people assume that you've gone through a lot of BS in life. It hasn't been an easy trip for you, that you went through difficult times. And this thing is about external environment of yours. This is not your character. They think you go through a lot of possibly unfairness, uncomfortable situation, tough situation. That is because someone else doing things. It's not because who you are. It's not like you did something wrong or effed up. It's really an unfortunate circumstances. With that being said, you are a traveler. If you haven't been around much yet, possibly you like to read books, you like to learn new things, you might be philosophical, you're a very exciting person, you love to travel, you're independent, you are generous, you are always seeking new adventures, and you are lucky. Even with the tough situation that happened in your life, people still think that you are lucky. Somehow you got out of those difficult situations on your own and you are making a really great life for yourself. They think you are honest, you can be straightforward, and you are not afraid of new things. You might be an early adopter for new technologies. You might take on activities or hobbies that usually people don't dare to touch, like extreme sports, like I don't know, what is extreme sports? Like hiking? No, not hiking. Like rock climbing, skydiving, something that's really exciting. Like you like to dive into the ocean or race horses, something along the line that is not ordinary hobby. And people think you're a very exciting person. And then with the abundance cards, you are surrounded with love, with support, with abundance. This abundance can be monetary, but it doesn't have to mean that you make a lot of money. From people's perception, they assume that maybe you come from a comfortable family, maybe you're fortunate, you've won a jackpot. They think you just got really lucky with life. Know that abundance doesn't necessarily mean money. Abundance can mean you have unlimited resources. You have everything you need. You have everything you want. Like people have the assumption that you are abundant. You're not worried about paying your bills, having a bunch of credit card debt or student loans. They think you are handling it really well. And then you get new lives. Reversed. This card makes me think that you are not afraid of trying new things. You are willing to keep that beginner mind no matter how old you are. These cards, we got 39, we got 64, are both higher numbers even as age. They may think that even you are at an older age. I don't know, I think people think 30 years old is old, but once you get to 30, you realize that you're no different from anyone else. But anyway, I think people think you are refreshing, You are exciting. You're not afraid of embarking new journeys. You're not afraid of saying goodbye for things that doesn't serve you anymore. Now we're gonna look into some tarot cards. I'm going to pull from the Light Seers Tarot deck first. What do people assume about pile 1, Spirit? Knight of Pentacles. You focus on work. You take your job seriously. And you don't mind to build a solid foundation and grow your business step by step. If you work in the corporate, you've had several promotions already. You've already changed jobs, get many raises. If you're starting your new company, people have faith in you. They think you will be able to succeed because you equipped all the tools that you need. They trust that in you. And they think that you are a grounded person. Possibly you have Sagittarius or some earthy signs on your chart. Sun, Moon, Rising earthy signs are Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. What else do people think about pile 1? They think you have a lot of options and you can be picky at times because you're lucky, and they think that God, the creator, play favor with you. With the 7 of Cups, you see there's snakes, there's bats. They see that you are able to figure out things by yourself, navigate your situation. Like at the beginning, we see that life can sting with the wasp spirit, but they see that over and over again, you overcome all those challenges and build your life. And the Knight of Swords come out reversed. I think with this Knight of Swords, people assume that you've had your sad moment, you've grieved for things you've lost in the past, but you did not drown in that energy forever. You moved on. You turn lemon into lemonade. You are perseverance. You are tough, meaning you get hurt, but you don't let those wounds permanently bring you down. And then you get King of Pentacles. People assume that you will be very successful. It's just a matter of time. I think it's your energy. I think it's the confidence you project. They have a feeling that you have everything under control. The world is your oyster, and you seems like someone that live life as if you know the whole movie. It is gonna be a happy ending. I think regardless of what your life was like when you were younger, they think that you live in comfortable life. It's abundant, it's fulfilling. You have a very solid career that people cannot mess up. It's not about how much money you're making now or what your job title is, but people think even if something really terrible happened to you, you can still rebuild your life from the ground up. And then you got 20 judgments. People assume that you had your spiritual awakening. You've worked on yourself. You have transcended from your experience, and you're always searching for the truth, searching for the answer. You are on your life path, and you are the director. You are the driver of your life. They see you are a free spirit, and they assume that in your heart, you're way more lively, free than how you project to the world. It's possible that you started your career in a very traditional way, very pentacle grounded way, and that you work your way up, and now you are at a point where you're ready to unleash the real you, to show the world who you really are, and have the world benefit from who you are, because of all the difficult things that you've went through. You've learned your lesson. People cannot ignore that. With Knight of Swords and the Wasp Spirit, I truly feel like whatever difficulty that you went through, people knew about it, and they made a lot of assumption based on that event or those events and how you project yourself. And they were like, wow, pile 1 is really impressive. Pile 1 is well put together. Pile 1 know their SHIT. Pile 1 is not someone to be messed with. Yeah, we get 3 of Swords and 2 of Swords come out, both reversed. People think that you've went through heartbreak. People think that you've been at the crossroad. You had to make very difficult decisions, and those decisions are mental decisions. People think that you probably went through a horrible breakup before, but you came out of it because this card came out reverse, and people see that whatever used to block your vision or mentally block you from becoming who you are, you shattered those old beliefs. You have shifted your paradigm. You have successfully becoming who you're meant to be. You are on the road of who you're meant to be. It will take time because of the Knight of Pentacles. It's the slowest pentacle. But with this deck, the Knight and the Horse are walking. They're not standing still. So they know that you are making progress. They don't see all the progress that you are making though. They just know that you are working on something. You have a lot of things to work on with the Seven of Cups. You may have multiple projects that you are working on, but they know that you are going to be successful. What else do people assume about House 1? You got Queen of Wands. They assume that you're very, very intelligent. You are in control of your power. You are intuitive. You are connected to the creator, to the divine. You are spiritual, and you are a very capable person. You can manifest things into reality. I feel like once you get to the Queen's energy, it is full of surprise. You are very imaginary. You think of things that people can't even imagine that they will be getting into. Possibly your hobby or the project that you're working on. And with the Eight of Pentacles, people think you're very hardworking. They assume that you work a lot, you read a lot, you study. However, I do feel like your career is supposed to relate to personal development, spirituality, because you are here to help a lot of people. Yeah, people assume that you study a lot and you work really hard. They assume that you are dedicated to your craft. They assume that you invest a lot of energy and time to perfect what you are doing. Now, I'm going to take another tarot deck, the Muse tarot deck, and see what else people assume about you, House 1. What do people assume about House 1? Knight of Inspirations. Wow. Knight of Inspirations. I think that's Knight of Wands. People think you are really well put together. You dress well. You have this Zen, goddess-like attitude. You are not the, I don't know if it's appropriate to say, like, you are not the slut. You look very clean, well put together, very well mannered. You look educated. Two of Voices. That is Two of Swords again. Yeah, you get this card again. They see that whatever was blocking you before, you have choose your path and you are following in that path and you are not slowing down for anyone. They can say whatever they want, but I don't think you will listen. You are a beat of your own drum. What else do people assume about you? Okay, here we go. And then you got Lovers. I think a lot of people want to collaborate with you. They want to work with you, or they want to hang out with you. It's easy for you to make new friends. Whatever your sexual orientation is, you get a lot of attraction. They assume that you are well loved. People just assume that you're in a relationship regardless of the reality. They think that you are very lovable. They think that they want to date you. They imagine things that could happen to you. And they think that you are a great suitor. They think you are attractive. It's your energy that's graceful, that's peaceful, gentle, and with excitement though. It is not just the boring kind. I see the different color on the water lily. People think that you could be an exciting lover. You bring fresh airs or fun games into the reality. People are attracted to you and they want to date you. I won. This is what I have. I hope it resonated. Let me know what you think. If you finish this reading, leave me a number 1. And I hope you like this video and subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you next time. Bye. Hi, Pal 2. Welcome to your reading. With Oracle cards, you get number 54, the Skunk Spirit. It says, know your worth. Going forward, Leo, the Lover, 22, Blessed. Let's first talk about the Skunk Spirit. With this card, I see that you don't give a F about what people think about you. Some people may think, why is Palo 2 so confident? That is because you know your self-worth, and you know that your self-worth has nothing to do with how other people see you. Self-worth is different from self-confidence. Self-confidence, sometimes we need validations, we need to have certain achievement outside world, praise us, that will help us to gain more self-confidence. But self-worth is about self-love, that you know who you are, you know what you're about. Maybe people have problem with how you dress, how you behave, but you don't give a F about what these people think. You're like, you like it, great. You don't like it, I don't care. You are really a free spirit, and you don't let other people's opinion get you down. And this might bother some people. Some people may assume that you are irresponsible, not very respectful, but not realizing that they are living in the old paradigm. They are possibly coming from a patriarchy or narcissist environment. They think that you're supposed to bow to them, but you just be like, no, that's not who I am. I just want to be me. With going forward, I see that people assume your life is on a upper trajectory. You know where you're heading. If not, you will figure it out really soon. They even think that there are not much obstacles on your way, because this card is priority. It's almost like flat and a straight road to the sun. They think that you are doing great with life. They think that you know what you're doing. And especially, you know your self-worth, you are confident. So yeah, they're not worried about you in general. With the Leo card, lover, it says expressive, creative, loving, playful. Those could be the thing that people assume about you. Warm, self-confident, self-confident, flirtatious, extroverted, egoistic, juicy, proud, trusting, excessive. You might be seen as the life of the party. People assume that you are egoistic or attention-seeking, but really you're just being yourself. You have your own style. You like to dress a certain way. Your way of being attract a lot of attentions or admirers, and some people think is seductive. Some people think is intriguing. It just catch a lot of eyes, and you make heads turn, and this can make some people uncomfortable. But again, you're just being you. You don't give a F about what people think. And you're confident. You are a warm person. The planet that represents Leo is the sun. So you are like a warm light ball, like a teddy bear. Like people like to be around you because you're so free of being yourself. And that allows others to be able to let their inner self come out. So in that sense, a lot of people love to be close to you. On the other hand, you could be a trigger to a lot of insecure people because they see you as a threat. They see you as getting too much attention, or getting attention that they should be getting, or their partner are checking you out. Yeah, you can make some people uncomfortable. And then people also assume that you are very lucky, you're blessed. You are a free spirit. And I think you shift your form too. You embark this life with love, with open-mindedness, and people assume that you're lucky. Yeah, this is what I have with the Oracle card. Now we are going to look at the tarot cards. I'm going to use the Light Series Tarot deck first. What do people assume about how to? 3 of Wands. You're strategic. You plan for your future. You are organized. You have a lot to look forward to. Life is exciting where you're heading. You embody a lot of different elements. 3 of Wands is the fire energy, but then this girl is holding a surfboard ready to go to the ocean at night. She's gonna go surfing at sunset. So yeah, you're definitely free-spirited, fun. You are the beat of your own drum, and you plan things. You are a visionary. You might be in consulting or doing some sort of work that help people plan, help people strategize. You have a lot of intelligence in you. You're smart. How to? What do people assume about how to? What do people assume about how to? 6 of Wands. Come on, reversed. People think that you are being wildly celebrated. Some people may be jealous. They think that you are getting a lot of attention, a lot of praise. Whatever you do, you can't fail. I do have a feeling that you don't brag about it necessarily. People just find out about it from social media, from news. I think people's assumption about you may be different from who you really are. Just because you're such a free spirit, you know yourself so much, you are walking your path, but it seems like you've achieved quite a bit with life. And people who don't know you well only know your achievement because those are out there on your LinkedIn, maybe it's on your resume, that they know you about, and they make a bunch of assumptions of who you are based on your achievement. They overlook all the hard work you've put in to achieve your success. Some of them just say Pao 2 is extremely lucky. Whatever they do, they succeed. But I don't think that's true. That's almost impossible. And then you have number 2, High Priestess. This card showed me that you are very intuitive. People assume that you do some sort of ritual with divine. They assume that you meditate, you do witchcraft, or you have a team that help you. Maybe you go see therapist. They assume that you take care of your mind, body, and soul. And they think that you're wise. You see things that other people overlooked. Your third eye is open. People assume that you are a source of knowledge, a source of ideas, really intuitive, creative ideas. What else do people see? Oh my goodness. Okay. We got 10 of Cups. They see that you are well loved by your community. You have fun. You have a life partner. Maybe if you don't, you will. They think you are the type of people that who will be in relationship and build a family, build a legacy. They assume that you will be fulfilled in your life. You will live a eventful life that's full of color. You are receptive. You are inclusive. I see the rainbow in this card. You love everyone in their own shape and form. You are not judgmental. They assume that you have fun with your life. This is a level of fun that may make people jealous because it's 10 of Cups. It's as many cups as we get. And they assume that you want to have kids or you already have kids. You will have a family, they assume. And then you have 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords. People might assume that you are a night owl because I see the full moon in this picture. You might go out at night a lot. You might go to chaotic places like clubbing, very noisy places like eat out at night, go to the bars. People assume that you're always on a mission. It's like no one can stop you. That's why Pao 2 is so successful because they're always doing something. They're always on their journey of planning. And some people may assume that you are not trustworthy. They think that you cheated your way to success. People assume that you are not afraid of doing anything in your favor to achieve whatever you want. They think that you can be brutal. That's interesting. What else do people assume about Pao 2? We have the Tower. Some people think that you destroy things. Some people think that you create chaos. Some people are envy or jealous because the chaos you created turned out to be a blessing in disguise. It has silver linings. Maybe you went through horrible situations, but you came out triumphant. Maybe there was a flood in your hometown, but you started a not-for-profit to help people rebuild their home. Like you have this energy to make something really bad into a beautiful event or a beautiful situation. You have the ability to turn things around, is what I'm trying to say. Because I see these butterflies flying and I almost feel like maybe the heat of that event accelerated the process of caterpillar transforming to butterfly. I feel like people are jealous of you. Whatever they're assuming about you may not be true, and those assumptions make them jealous of you. And then you have the Fool and Page of Pentacles. With Page of Pentacles, people think you're super grounded. You are not afraid of starting new project, and you take your time to plant your seed, to let it grow. You are in tune with nature. They assume that you like to go camping, go hiking, spend time in the wild. They think you might be a hippie. And they assume that you're always doing something fun, something new. You are not afraid of anything. It doesn't seem like you have much concern. You might be single, and that's why you can do whatever you like at whatever time that you like. You are a free spirit. Sometimes people don't get you. They talk about you on your back, and they're like, I don't know what's the deal with Pal 2. How can they live so happy and free and do whatever they want and still be successful and be celebrated? This is not everyone. I think this pile with the tarot cards, these people, whoever is making assumption about you, they are jealous. They may not be your friend. They may be your frenemy. What else do people think about pile 2? One more card. Devil. My goodness. They think you're very attractive. They assume that you are a heartbreaker. They assume that you play with other people's mind. They assume that you might be manipulative. They assume that you are dangerous. Not in the physical sense, not violent, but they assume that you mess with people's head and you have the energy of manipulation and control. You might be a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn. It's great to be a Capricorn. Okay, what else do people assume about you? So we got 3 cards. Strength. You undoubtedly have a lot of strength in you. You have grit to succeed in whatever you're working on. You have already awakened your inner lion. You're not sleepwalking. You are in touch with your spiritual side, and you put in the work. You also have incredible tools and allies on your side. People assume that you are a very powerful being. You have the network. You have the resource. You can make things happen. You can make miracles happen. That's what people assume about you. With Knight of Emotions, that's Knight of Cups. Again, they see you as a very fulfilling individual. This Knight of Emotions have water and diamond. They see you living in abundance life. You're comfortable. They assume that men or women, whoever have love interest in you, will shower you with gifts and surprises. People are jealous. How to? They may assume that you use glamour spell. Maybe you've heard of it, but I don't think you need that. By being who you are, you attract all these things into your life. And then you also get 7 of materials. They assume that you're planting some seeds. They assume that you're working hard on a new craft. They assume that you are a combination of hardworking, intelligence, and mental scrutiny. Is that the right word? They assume that you work hard, but they're like, pile 2 has everything they want. Why are they working so hard? But they assume even when you are working hard, it's in a comfortable environment, it looks glamorous. It's not like staying at your mom's basement kind of startup. If you are in a basement, that basement is fully furnished. It's very nice. It probably have a wine cellar and a movie theater come along with it. They think that you're working hard is still luxurious, is still abundance, is still beautiful. How to. This is what I have for you. I hope it makes sense. Let me know in the comment. Leave me number 2 if you stay until the end of the video. I hope you like this video. I will appreciate it if you can subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Hi Pile 3, welcome to your reading. I'm Celestia. Let's dive into your oracle cards first. You get number 48, Want Bad Spirit. It says, be at home. And then community. From the Sacred Destiny deck. The 6th house, craft. 6th house is the house that's represented by Virgo. And then number 2, in. From your oracle cards, I see that you have community, you have home, and you have the 6th house. 6th house is more about your diet, your health, your work. People assume that you have a really balanced life. This card can be talking about people assume that you're a homebody, you spend plenty of time at home. It can also talk about people think you're free to be, free to do. People think that you are in your own skin, you have control of your life, you're just being yourself, you are very comfortable with your circumstances, your situation. With the 6th house craft, it says work, detail, health, well-being, diet, service, daily ritual, contribution, organization, purification, skills, apprenticeship, and method. It makes me feel like people think you take your work very seriously. You might at a crucial point with your career, you might be getting promotion, you might be a big shot, you are paying attention. People assume that you work out, you eat well, you might eat organic, or you might be on a certain diet, you take care of yourself. They assume that you have your daily ritual, maybe you journal, you meditate, you exercise, and they think that you contribute to your community. You have your community, you found your soul tribe, and you dedicate your time into your soul tribe. Overall, it is a very happy, nurturing energy. With the yin card, yin is the opposite of yang. It's representing feminine energy. You might be a female or you embody those energy. You are nurturing, you are kind, you are intuitive. They assume that your home is very organized. They assume that you are good at your job, and they assume that people care about you, people love you in your community. You are well respected, you have a good reputation. So that's what I see from the Oracle card. Now we're going to use the Light Seers Tarot deck and see what else people assume about Pile 3. What people assume about Pile 3, Spirit. What people assume about Pile 3. You got Knight of Swords. They assume that there's a sense of urgency, that you want to achieve whatever you want to do fast. They assume that you don't have patience. They assume that you are after your goal and you move fast. What else do people assume about Pile 3? Ooh. 4 of Cups. They assume that you get bored easy and you are not willing to entertain just any offer. You have your standard. If you are available, they assume that you go through dates quickly. They assume that most people can keep you entertained. You get bored. People assume that if they offer you their affection, they will be overlooked, that you are not interested in them, and they think you're beautiful. What else do people assume about Pile 3? Knight of Cups. They assume that you are fine on your own. You are enjoying your fulfillment. You are happy with your circumstances. You are abundant. You are emotionally fulfilled as well, because we see you have your community. Your things are great at home, at work. They think that you live a fulfilling life and you are independent. What else do people think about Pile 3? Pile 3? What? 6 of Cups. You may have dog, you may have pets. They see you are an animal lover. They see that you treat your childhood friends or people you've known a long time really well. They see that you are kind, compassionate. A lot of people want to offer you their affection. Some people even imagine to grow old with you, either as friends or romantically. They want to be by your side. People assume that you have that kind of long-lasting friendship or relationships, that you are emotionally very fulfilled. We have 3 cups so far. That's really watering energy. You may be a water sign. And then you get Knight of Wands. People assume that even at your most stressful moment, you still get things organized really well, represented by that Virgo energy. People assume that you can take care of yourself. They assume that you can handle difficult situations. They assume that you don't give a F about your enemy. They assume that you are either not taking your opponent or enemy seriously, or you look down to them. They assume that you have everything you need to succeed in life. What else do people assume about Pile 3? King of Swords and 5 of Wands. King of Swords is an energy of truth, utterly truth. They assume that you are a blunt person. You say what's on your mind. You are truthful. You can be cutting throat, meaning you're just so straightforward. But I don't think you are there to hurt anyone, though. You're just blunt and straightforward. People also assume that you will do whatever it takes to achieve your goal. You are active, you exercise. Maybe you love to climb, rock climbing. You love to reach to the impossible. Like nothing can stop you if you set your eyes on something. What else do people assume about pile 3? 5 of Cups. Another cup card. You have 4, 5, 6, 9 of Cups. 5 of Cups. They assume that sometimes you sit by yourself and doing rituals on your own. They think you do like spiritual ceremonies. Maybe you make moon water. Maybe you journal. You do some kind of candle ritual. They assume that you do spiritual rituals to clean your soul, to align your chakras. They assume that you will let go of what no longer serves you. You're not afraid of stepping away from the bad stuff. One more card, Spirit. What do people assume about pile 3? Lovers. People assume that you have a lover or lovers. This card actually have an S at the end, plural. They think that you are very attractive. You can attract anyone you want. They see that power within you. People assume that you will make a great lover. And people assume that they could be a good candidate for you. They want to think that they have a chance with you. They want to explore connection, deeper connection with you beyond the platonic connections. This is beyond gender. This can be men or women that they sometimes think, what would it be like to date or be in a relationship with pile 3? Okay, now I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Muse Tarot deck. What else do people assume about pile 3? We get 3 of Materials. 3 of Materials is kind of similar to the Community card. They think that you are in a sisterhood. They think you are in a brotherhood. They think that you are in a community. They assume that you are well respected. You have your tribe and they support you, and they assume that you work on project with other people. You are not working by yourself. You have people who help you, and you are really good at spotting people's skill and put them in the right fit to achieve the goals that you are after. And then you get 10 of Voices. That is 10 of Swords. People assume that you've been hurt before. They assume that you've went through stressful situation. They assume that you've went through difficulties, that your life is not just rainbow and sunshine. You actually went through things that built your character. Maybe that hardship led you to your community. What else do people assume about pile 3? We got 7 of Material again. The previous pile also get that card. 7 of Materials make me think that people think you put into the hard work to improve your skill, to build your website, craft, whatever you're working on. They see you work hard day in and day out, yet they see this beautiful aesthetic surrounding that you are working in. They don't think that you are suffering. The example that I gave in the previous pile was that if you are working on a startup, other people are starting from their mom's basement. Maybe you're starting from a basement too, but that basement is well equipped with movie theater, with wine cellar, that even if you are starting a new project, a new business, you are blessed with good luck. You are blessed with comfort and abundance. And people assume that you are patient, that you work hard. Overall, people really see you in a bright light. People like you. People see that you've went through the up and downs in life. You're not doing anything new. You seem to have a way of living. You may have your routine. Maybe Monday you see group A, Tuesday night is for yourself, Wednesday night you go work out. You have a schedule and your life is well rounded. You have community, you spend plenty of time at home, and you have work that you focus on. And overall, I feel a feminine energy with your pile, that you are a kind, nurturing person. People see you as the little princess or the queen to be, that you are in the process of discovering who you are, of finding that opportunity or life partner that you've been craving for. You are sharp-minded. You are very, very intelligent. You're very smart. You put in the time into your craft. You work hard. You are persistent. You have the intelligence. You also work hard. And you are a beautiful person, pile 3. That's what I have for you. I hope it makes sense. Tell me if it's resonating with you. If you stay until the end of the video, leave me a number 3. I will appreciate if you can subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave something in the comment section. That would really help this channel to grow. I hope to see you next time. Thank you.